Then she tells him, there's a bomb, and
Now
it's jingle all the way.
I like the show's going like this.
This is a hell of a show, I'll tell you that.
there's a bomb, and it's gonna go off in an hour. So he ends up transforming into Garp.
It took me a second to be like, what?
He literally looks like Garp.
Oh, that's funny. What's up, people? Welcome to Taku Otaku, SoCal's bi-weekly anime and pop culture podcast. I'm your host, Ray, aka Sourdough Shonen. Today, folks, we have your anime fall. I want to say summer. It's not summer. Summer's gone. It's getting cooler. The nights are getting darker sooner, and that means it's fall time. And today, we're going to have our fall preview anime season. We're going to talk about 9 different shows altogether, and out of all those 9 shows, 3 of them will get passed, one for each co-host of the podcast, and of course we'll have a final review towards the end of the season. And of course, since I mentioned there's 9, that must be 3 hosts, and I'm one of them. So here's the other one, my brother Miles. Hello, brother.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to a very, very almost kind of chilly day going on around here.
See, I told you, fall's happening.
You know, we had to get like sweaters, and we have to get like
sweaters.
cocoa. Yeah, or like sweater, like maybe a scarf, maybe
Scarf.
not that cold. And we're so like, remember, guys, you go from mittens to scarves.
Did I mention we're SoCal's anime podcast? It doesn't really get that cold.
Hey, it's pretty cold. I don't know, bro. It's pretty cold out there.
It's 64 degrees.
It's below 64, man. I'm freezing over here.
Hey, if you haven't been anywhere else, it's cold.
I suppose you're right, Frank. And of course, that is Frank. Hello, Frank. How are you doing, sir?
I'm fine.
Just fine. Every time on the pod, I'm looking for the energy, and Frank is just he's trying. He's trying. Bless his heart.
Yeah.
Frank's trying to, he's on the cool train right now. He's like,
He's just trying to hide his excitement for this anime season. He's trying to get you guys to get. Oh, why is he so down? No, the real hype is coming. He's saving it.
Yeah.
Channeling, saving the energy for the big climactic moment, and boom.
He's like Goku. He's holding the spirit ball up in the air, waiting to the end.
Time. It's all about that sneaky.
Keep the energy going. Keep the energy going.
I mean, I think it will be a better season.
Hopefully. I mean, last season was not the best.
But summer usually is kind of like the
fall tends to be a good season. Overall. I'd have to sit down, but yes, I want to say that is true. Overall.
There's a podcast episode. So, which season do you think is the better season of the whole year?
There you go. And so I'm sure there'll be one time where we don't know what to do for our main topic, and we'll just bust out the anime calendar and be like, "Who had the best anime year / season?"
And why is it Miles anyway?
Wow. Yohane, anyone? Look, go to takuotaku.com, type in Yohane, and go listen to that episode.
I have no regrets.
You tell me if Miles deserves to win.
I have no regrets. Sorry,
you should.
You have no regrets. You should pay attention.
No, what you have is no shame. That's the problem here.
That's your fault.
Yeah.
You're not committed to the bit. That's the thing. You got to be fully committed to the bit.
You should be committed, maybe is the other way to phrase that.
And it's a word thing.
And that's my wordplay for this intro of the podcast. And with that done, let's go ahead and move on down to what we usually do here and talk about what we've been up to in between each episode of the podcast, seeing what we've been watching and playing. You know what, Miles, since you got us started, and I'm going to give you a chance to redeem yourself here.
Okay.
Tell me you have more gacha horse girl anime games to talk about this week.
Okay, we'll get to this later.
Oh boy.
But first, actually, my magic crack open. Was it Donkey Kong Bananza?
Copycat.
After obviously you finished, of course, right? And yeah, I feel the same. Like we said before in this podcast, or you said before in the podcast. It's kind of a big giant bowl of meh. You know, for a game that if you saw that trailer, like you're like, oh, this is exciting, and like lasted like maybe one level, like one level after that, and just keep digging down. There's no interactions, there's no real characters, anything like that. You're just like, I'm just going down to the earth. Why? Because we need to go down there. But but that's all it is. Other than quips from Pauline once in a while, which kind of weird because she doesn't she talks most of the game, but also doesn't talk most of the game.
She only talks when it's time for bed buying.
Yeah, because everything's just weird.
It is kind of weird.
And then kind of And obviously, I'm not expecting it to go ooh ah, but it has more personality than they show.
Some facial expressions like you see in the beginning of the game.
And in fact, I felt like we're not. No, as they keep going down each magical level, right? Because there's kind of like Odyssey was. They're like, well, this is obviously the fire level. This is the ice level. This is like but there's no personality to any of them. This is like you're just busy punching your way literally down, and to get enough mana so that way you open a gate to go down even further. There's no real enjoyment in trying to play each level. It's like
the excitement of hunting down said banana.
Yeah, and like you mentioned, it is very simplified, and like he has two. He could punch up, he could punch to the side, and punch down. And that's it. The Bananzas are a range of like cool to or not cool, but like useful when you need them to be.
You regretted saying cool?
They're not that cool.
Well,
who needs potassium?
Whoa, let's get carried away here.
Well, just that a lot of the power ups, there's no real difference to them because I feel like wherever advantage you get, if you upgrade your skills enough, you don't need them per se.
Well, yes and no.
Unless there's certain levels that require to say like they'll show like, hey, you need to use this in order to.
There are some areas that you kind of do need it, but they're not hard, I guess.
But it's kind of like in terms like of Mario Odyssey, right? In which like there are at least there are unique opportunities to use like Mario's hat ability, and it actually feels part of the level, right?
Mm-hmm.
While here it's like here's this technique. You're gonna use it for this level. Maybe if you find the right door or something like that, you don't really need to clear the level per se.
I think I know what you're trying to say. Well, I do feel the levels have personality, but a lot of it felt like you didn't need any of the upgrades to get through them. It's like for example, the flying one could get you through almost everything, and you don't really need the snake. You don't really need the
true
elephant. So it's kind of like once you get certain things, it's like, yeah, it's nice to have the other things, but or I can just punch my way through.
Yeah, true.
Which is faster. So I think maybe that's what you're trying to say.
Yeah. It's just none of them seem like they lose their purpose like after you go down to the next level. It's like
yes,
and then it's like, well, I have this ability now. I could use it if I want to, but I don't really need to. So
yes,
I
most of the time, yes. As soon as you learn the ability, they'll tell you this is what you can do with the ability, and then it feels like you'll never use it for a while. Let's say.
Yeah. So it's like there's no real opportunities to use your skills or combine skills, things that
you can't be creative.
Yeah, it's okay. But I'm waiting for the next one. I'm hoping Metroid will be the game to kind of send this Switch to.
Justify our Switch 2 purchase.
Yeah, because I between Mario Kart World.
Yeah, but I knew from the get-go, World was gonna be like, this is fun for this month. I'll never pick it up after this month.
Yeah, and I was really disappointed about the Donkey Kong because I thought at least we get some kind of like here's the action platform where it does.
Yeah.
And it's just like, well, look, we could destroy the terrain. Well, that's great. Anything else? No. So we're just here waiting. I guess waiting December because that's when Metro comes out December. The other than that, obviously, of course, Umamusume
Again.
We're getting close to half century. Half century. Sounds funny.
Half century. It feels like it's been a half century since we've been talking about this game.
The half anniversary. Apparently, we get a lot of free pulls starting tomorrow. So yay.
Yay?
For what?
Umamusume, Frank.
Oh.
The hottest.
The hot game we keep
Come
talking
on,
about.
Frank.
No.
Not enough gacha in your life, Frank?
Too much.
Too much
You gotta draw a line somewhere.
It's kind of the same, at the end of the day, you need support cards. Pull for support cards. If you spare the carrots, you can pull for. Oh.
Can you spare your wallets? I think is what you're trying to get to there, brother.
Oh, there's that too. The free pulls will be nice. I'm gonna leave it at that. It'd be nice to actually, win at something for once, so other than that goofy what you call it, gotcha system is. Other than that, I play a bunch of Steam Next Fest. Demos pretty much. There's some new games out there. Some games are kind of like they need to cook a little bit more.
Well, they are demos.
And it's pretty much been my week.
All right, well, there you go. And on cue, he brought up Umamusume. And if you're playing the Otaku podcast bingo card, you could go ahead and fill in that free space right there.
Uh-huh.
Miles brings up Umamusume. And let's see if Frank's going to bring up a JRPG during his week. Frank, what do you got for us?
Of course. Did I mention that I finished Gachiakuta? I don't remember.
The trash one?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Well, I finished it.
Huh. How was it, Frank?
It was okay.
It was just okay?
I don't know if I'm tired of
Shonen?
Remember Clevaris, the bug guy,
Yes.
and his personality?
Yeah, I'm evil.
And how you kind of see that, like, in many animes?
Yes.
That's how I felt about Gachiakuta.
Yeah,
A
that's
bunch of anime personalities.
I love the quotation marks in the air.
And it was just like, oh, this again. Like,
Here we go.
but it was not bad. It was just like, for me, it's like, it just made me roll my eyes a lot. Like, oh no, not this again.
Oh, here's this guy.
There's that shadowy figure, and he must be the bad guy. So, it was not bad. Maybe it was just a foul mood. To watch
I was
it.
gonna say bad timing.
Yeah.
Bad timing.
But I didn't feel like I wasted my time watching it.
Well, I guess that's something.
What else? I finished The Water Magician.
Oh, how was that, Frank? Did you like that one more at the end of the day?
Frank
It did
should
of
I
the
wait
three.
for-
It did end up being my favorite.
Huh.
I don't think it would have won because I don't see anything special with it. Like
It looked pretty boring from what
the
I saw.
The story was not. It didn't have anything like. Even though I enjoyed it more than Clevares, the story was less.
Exciting?
Not exciting. More like
Not crazy enough.
yeah, it was just pretty much straightforward. Like there is some mystery, but it's like, is it really a mystery?
It's pretty obvious.
So yeah, I enjoyed it. I kind of wish I would have picked it, but I kind of know that it would have done worse. That's that. What else? Have I mentioned that I started playing Silksong?
I think a
Yeah,
little.
last time, yes.
Okay, so I'm. It feels like I'm pretty far. At least I'm like 40 hours in.
Okay, I was about to ask.
He's only a third of the way in.
That's a meaty game already. 40 hours.
I mean, it feels like I have the whole map already, so I don't know if there's more or what, but it's pretty hard.
That's what I hear.
That's cool. I mean, it's just not cool because I was kind of wanting to play with my nephew, but it was like, no, sir,
You're too young. Give me that controller.
What do they say? Oh, you're 100 years too early.
Nice.
You won't be the cool uncle anymore?
We went back to.
You'll put Dan to Dan afterwards.
You know what we've been.
Make up for it.
You know what we've been playing a lot. We've been playing a lot of the Super Nintendo on the Switch,
Nice.
and he likes playing this game. I think it starts with a B, and it's like a flying squirrel.
Bubsy?
I think he likes that game for some.
Oh, Frank.
My condolences, Frank. My condolences.
Frank.
Which I don't understand why, because he keeps.
You know the Super Mario. Did you put on Super Mario World for him at least?
Yeah.
Nothing, huh?
But because he gives up very easily when he dies, so he like quits all the games.
Oh.
That game he's been dying a lot, but he doesn't quit it. I'm like, hey, what's
Going back.
going on? Like, you do the trend. Come on.
hey, don't worry. There's a new game coming out soon.
He's
Bubsy 4D.
I got a new game for you, Frank, for
And I'm like,
Christmas.
don't you want to play Zelda? I'm telling, don't you want to play?
There's Link to the Past on this.
Poor Frank's trying to divert the timeline.
I hear there's a white tunic on the other side of this wall.
Come on, come over here. Come over here.
Let's find the legendary armor.
It's here somewhere. I know this time we'll find it.
He also likes Kirby a lot.
Okay, that makes sense.
And then we were playing this game. I forgot what it's called, but it's like for some reason the character reminds me of Sonic, but it's just because he has a blue hat and he's like a black cat. It's a Namco game on the
Klonoa.
Game Boy Advance thingy.
I think Klonoa?
Yeah,
Wait.
Klonoa.
Wasn't there a Klonoa Game Boy Advance game?
And
Yeah, but there's also the remakes of this.
Well, yeah,
game.
because Klonoa was also on PS1 and 2, the original game.
it's weird because you like eat monsters and then you collect crystals to open doors. It's weird. I don't know. It's kind of
Sounds like a Kirby game.
It does sound like a Kirby game.
yeah.
I bought the remaster.
So he loves 90s mascot characters, what I'm understanding.
So hey, you can give him Gex. Yeah, get the Gex trilogy. Might as well finish the whole set. And Spyro, and then you can
Arrow the Acrobat, anyone?
And Crash, Croc. There's another one.
Croc, don't forget Croc.
I'm pretty sure he would like all these games.
We were cooking back then.
He's really into Super Nintendo games right now.
That's neat. That's a neat.
Final Fantasy 3?
That
/6?
Not a.
Hey,
Is it available? I don't know.
Is it? Maybe it's not. It should be if it isn't.
It's like, let's go to the world of the JRPGs.
It is here that Super Nintendo Mini.
I also started playing Hades.
Two. I was gonna say two. No.
Yeah.
1.5.
It's like,
How you like? Because I think you mentioned, but briefly, you weren't super excited, but you just started playing last time.
No, I just didn't want to play it because I didn't want to stop playing Silksong. But I kind of got stuck in Silksong, or I just I'm at a point where because in the beginning you progress, you go going through it, and then you feel like, okay, I'm gonna just do this area. I'm gonna do this area. Now I'm at a point where like I need to fight this boss 20 times, figure out how to beat him, and I'm like, oh, maybe I could play Hades a bit, take a little break.
Take a little break.
Yeah, it's cool. I like it. It's very different. Like I feel. Because there's no castle, so you're just like in the forest. I'm like, where's my stuff? Like,
Right, I remember that you mentioned that last time.
the gameplay is very different. Like, even the dash, you dash, and then there's like a delay for you to dash again, which throws me off.
Where's Hermes at?
Throws me off because like I'm trying to escape,
Right,
and I'm like, I can't. But she can dash, and then you hold it, she keeps running fast. So that's like a different wrinkle. And then I've noticed that if you do that, the dashing skills act different. So there's this one where it leaves a trail of lava, I think. So it's kind of like, oh, you can keep attacking with the dash if you just hold it running. So that's interesting.
That is interesting.
And there's like limit breaks in this one.
Clout.
Yeah, it's a lot of the same stuff, but in a different way. Because it feels like, I thought it was gonna be like, oh, it's just a girl and it's still, what's his name? I forgot his name. The main character.
In the first game?
Yeah.
Wow.
ATS.
Something with the Z. Isn't it?
Zagreus.
There you go.
Thank you. That's
Or Zax. Close enough.
Zach, as we call him.
Yeah.
I think
All right. Yeah. That's it. Everyone calls him that. That's his like nickname in the game. Most of the characters.
Yeah. I thought because he's kind of like the typical character like Link. You have a sword, and then you change weapons. Okay. This character is more like a magician. Like so all her weapons use magic if you hold it. So with Zagreus, it's more like he does a charge attack. With her, it's like you hold it and it does the magical attack version. Which you could kind of see it as a charge attack, but for me, everything seems more like she's wizard based character.
So like more projectiles or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's a nice wrinkle because I guess you could be tired of Zagreus, but
Right.
I don't know if I'm about to get all the weapons or not, but I started Kaiju number 8.
Oh, the new season?
Yeah.
How's that going so far, Frank?
It's decent. I actually stopped playing it because I didn't want to play my Switch and watch it. So I'm like, I gotta play it when I'm.
You got time.
Yeah, watch it when I'm not into my Switch.
Put down the Hades, Frank.
Oh wow, you put down the Hades. Wow.
I can't.
I'm trying to remember. We did talk about season 1 on the podcast, and overall, I think we all liked it. I don't think we loved it.
It was very 90s. Speaking of 90s. Still 90s anime. There's your 90s anime.
It was
right there.
very traditional Shonen Jump action, I guess.
It was an IG affair. That's all I know.
Yeah, it was definitely Production IG being Production IG.
Yeah.
I'm interested.
What else? I feel like I watched a lot of stuff, but I don't know if it was just a bunch of homework we had. Oh, I started playing Summoner Wars on my phone. Speaking of gacha games.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's another guy. I think you've mentioned it once or twice.
Yeah. And then it just, I don't know, if my coworker started playing, I'm like, okay, I'm going to play it too.
And now they got you back in? They pull you back in, Frank, just when you thought you were out?
I'm so weak now.
That's always the downside of playing like a live service, a gacha game, or whatever you want to phrase it as. Because once you take a break, you come back, you're like, oh man, what have I done?
Yeah, I used to be max level, and
well,
now
it's like
now that's 50% done.
It's like right now on Star Rail, they give you a free 5-star character if you start right now. And what is it? ZZZ, there's a new 5-star character you get now. They go, come on back.
Come on in. The water's fine.
I'm so far back because I think at the end of the story now, I that's when I left, when the start of that story, and then the story's going to finish. Like, I got like 8 patches to go through.
And once again, Umamusume, they avoid all that, and it works better for me.
Yeah.
I'm done, I think.
All right, Frank. Then I will take over and tell you about the greatest adventures of a lifetime. Apothecary Diaries, season 1. Kept watching a little bit more of that with Miles. It's kind of funny how she keeps like upgrading her status in the world, like very clumsily and conveniently for the plot to get solve more murder cases.
I was a slave. I know what? I'm not a slave. Maybe I'm just gonna be in the castle. Maybe I'm just gonna hang out all where the high people are at, the high class people are at. You know,
I just feel like the original writer worked too hard to come up with reasons for her to solve mysteries instead of just being like, maybe she just works here. This is her 9 to 5. It turns out she's a really good detective, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm always impressed. I'm like, wow, she knows that. Wow, she knows about like, whoa, you know.
She's a big old nerd, and yeah, she is. And I still like it, but yeah, it's when you start thinking about it, if you take a pause and don't think about the mystery, the action.
They're again pausing right during the anime.
You'll be like, wait a minute, wow, this girl really is the smartest person in the damn universe, isn't she? Even the Emperor looks like a goddamn clown. So, but it's still fun. I like it. It's basic like Chinese Scooby-Doo kind of. Got a mystery to solve, gang, and let me tell you, let me show you how this has got poison and this and that, and there's a slight building of a romance question mark. So we'll see if that's gonna happen. But yeah, I've been enjoying it. Here's one thing I'll say slightly negative about it, because now I guess we're in the second part of season 1 because they played the new opening and ending now. I don't get the hype of opening 1. I see a lot of people love about it. But it's because everyone plays to like the chorus part, which is like, I guess the best part of the opening. But like, it's what, maybe 15, 20 seconds long? And so like the rest of the 60 seconds of the opening is just kind of like random flowers popping in a black screen.
Well, you pretty much her around and that's.
But like, it's only her. You only see her in the chord. And that's where she's all dressed up, and then also the awkward final shot. And they do the same thing in the second opening, where they cut to the shots of the two main characters.
Yeah, but it looks like.
But like the way they time and edit it, it doesn't match with the final shot. It looks very goofy to me. So I guess it's one of those like I'm not giving this the one of the best openings in the last few years. This song's catchy, but as an opening, nah. But yeah, overall still liking the show. So that's the one thing we watched. We also finished pretty quickly. It's not we're not getting to spoilers or anything like that, but we did also finish Witch Watch.
Which one?
Which we talked in more detail about part 1 of season, I guess core 1 or the first half.
Yeah.
And overall still liked it. A lot of silly shenanigans, little heartfelt moments here and there. And I like the fact they're avoiding the fact of like, should this be some kind of harem? And it's like, no. It's a one-sided love, and this guy's a little slow to keep up on that.
Like a little, like their slowness more. The man needs like going what?
Huh? But it fits his character versus like typical male protagonist in these situations.
I still say the best part. Oh, but probably it's my spoiler. Was the whole gender swapping?
Oh yes,
that's still a little bit. Because isn't that right though, everybody? Isn't that right?
Turns out female internet personalities might be a little bit more popular than males, perhaps for a couple of reasons. Let's say.
Yeah.
And as a small YouTuber myself, yeah, go. I'm not surprised by these results. Is the way I'll answer that.
And you go like you're upset, like, but they're not wrong though. They're not wrong.
Yes. So yes, fun, entertaining. Still liked it. And then also Dan to Dan, we finished.
Yeah.
A little bit
you guys
ago.
beat me.
We beat you, Frank. Ha! How does it feel to be in last place? I like it, but it's just I don't love it. I guess it's still just okay for me. But I don't. It's not weird. Like weirdly for me, it's weirdly enough. It's not weird enough for me.
Well, yeah, but it's like discount Shaft kind of in a way. Like it's not 100% there, but it kind of is going there, but not really at the same time.
Yeah, kind of. I don't know. It's fine. It's just I guess it's hard for me because as a person who I don't know a ton about Siren Saru, but I know a little bit.
Uh-huh.
And to see them go from traditional Siren Saru to now mainstream, it feels like we lost something in the transition. And I get that you're going to, because that's just what happens, especially when the big figurehead of the said anime studio leaves, do another studio. You're gonna see it and feel it, and I definitely did. Let's say, but it's still fine. I like it. I'm just not jumping out of my seat for it. But I guess I normally don't. Also, I'm a depressing, boring person. And then the 2 spooktacular games I was able to play since our break, since we're gonna be about Halloween soon, gentlemen, is I was able to tackle 2 games over on my Steam catalog. The first game being I still don't know how to exactly pronounce it, but I think it's called Simulacra. That sounds slightly more correct.
Yeah.
For those who don't know what this game is I don't even remember how I stumbled upon it. I must have, some YouTuber streamer or something. I must have stumbled upon it. In this game, you are a random person who finds a smartphone on their doorstep one day, and apparently when you open up the phone to figure out like whose phone is this, what's going on here, apparently this person seems to like she's been like kidnapped for some reason, and you're like, what's going on here? And then of course now the phone starts buzzing, right, of like family and friends being like, hey, I haven't talked to you, what's going on with you? You haven't seen to me. So you're like a random nobody, and like in this game you it's basically a visual novel game. It has like an interface of a smartphone. I think it's originally was released for to play on said smartphone, but I play on PC. And you're kind of like solving a case, I guess, of like what happened to this girl. Was she kidnapped by drug dealers? Is held for ransom? Is
was
like
she isekai to another world?
Yeah, was her boyfriend some bad lover triangle situation going on here, or some maybe supernatural element? Ooh, perhaps. And so yeah, you're just kind of figuring out what's going on. You talk to her friends and family to see like what happened to her, how long she's been gone, and this and that. And like a visual novel game, it does have a couple different endings. Some are happy endings versus the bad endings or worse endings, let's say. And yeah, I didn't beat. I think it only has like 6 or something endings. I only got like 3, but they're all very similar. So yeah, the concept I liked about it because it's just like I like a good mystery. I want to know what's going on here. Is this like I said, is it something supernatural or not? Spoilers, I get very minor spoilers. This is some you need to call Ghostbusters on this one. And the problem is the more the game progressed, the least interested I got into the story and narrative.
Wow.
Because it's just like, I'm sorry, what happened and who and a what and and how and who? The more you think about it, the less it makes sense. But the premise is a really good idea of trying to figure out what's going on, because it gave me vibes of Her Story.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out like, was this lady innocent or guilty? What's the dealio here, right? And you're just kind of going through messages and emails, and you gotta. Sometimes you could play it straight and be like, I'm just a random guy picking up this phone, or you'd be like, hey, it's me, Jessica, and hey, what's up, sister? I haven't seen you. So just playing, how do you want to play it, and trying to figure out who's like, is one of these people calling like the murderer themselves, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, at the end of the day, the ending falls really flat.
Wow.
And the other thing is, the main girl who's missing. If you want to see some bad acting, this is, and I mean not like bad, good, just bad. Of like, I don't know where I'm at right now. I think, oh no, he's coming right at me. What's he doing? No. I'm only slightly exaggerating. That's the sad part. But the concept is a good concept, I feel like, because like I said, I want a good mystery, and you're clicking on apps and information and, seeing what she posted on social media and this and that. So it's a good idea.
I like how
I think there's a sequel too, but I'm kind of like, someone have to really convince me.
And the phone's left unlocked too?
Yeah, something magically happens to unlock. Her phone is locked in the beginning, but stuff happens to unlock the phone. So yeah, it's just okay. The better game I did play this week, despite I don't finish it, I'm probably not going to finish it if I'm being honest, but I wish I would, but I just time and schedule and stuff. Is another PC game called Nightmare of Decay. And the quick elevator pitch of this one, it's Resident Evil 1 in first person.
All right.
Because apparently at the beginning of the game, you're just some random guy like in an apartment building, and it's like you turn on the TV and it's like, oh, in this day people have been kidnapped or have gone missing, and their bodies have been found a week later. This is the 20th one this month. Oh no, it's a problem. And then you go to bed and then you wake up, and when you wake up, you're in this spooky mansion with no explanation, this and that, and there are zombies everywhere in the building. But lucky for you, you got a knife and you figured out a couple firearm weapons along your journey and puzzles to solve, and it's all in first person, and it's very much, I guess, PS1 graphics, I would really describe it more as like Doom 1 graphics.
Okay.
So it's very retro looking. So if you're old school like us, you might have some, nostalgia feels, good vibes with that. If you're a modern kid, you'll probably be like, ooh.
There's pixels on here. The heck is pixels?
Yes, and you could see all the pixels and all the glory in this one. But yeah, overall, I do like the concept. Once again, I love Resident Evil 1. I think the downside being a first-person shooter, it makes it a little bit too easy to take out the enemies because, you just headshot. It does try to not make you it's not Doom, if you will, because when you shoot with the reticle like Resident Evil 4, or even the RE2 remake where it takes a second to fire, then wait, and then fire again to shoot at 100% accuracy.
Yeah.
But, the thing is you can also, here's the biggest problem, you can walk backwards and fire. And in RE1 and 2, oh geez, that wasn't an option, right? You got to plant your feet, tank control style, and take that shot. And so it's just a little too easy when it comes to the combat situation. And also they, give you a decent amount of ammo and health items here and there. It's not the ease. It is, I would consider it a survival horror game, but I guess if you're an
purist,
well, maybe not a purist, but maybe an expert of the genre, you'll be like, do I need to shoot this guy in this open hallway? Nah, this guy in a close hallway? Yeah, I'll shoot this guy. So you know when to, save your ammunition in here and there in situations, right? But yeah, I don't know. I didn't look it up how long it is, but I did finish the first main floor of the mansion.
Yeah.
And overall I've liked it, but it's just the problem is the more I played it, I just kind of should I just play RE1? Because I just want to play RE1 now. But it's a good game. I must have picked it up. I don't remember how much I paid for it, but my guess is no more than $10, $20. And I think at that price point, for an indie game, I imagine it is. It's pretty fun. And so if you're really hankering for that RE1 feel and vibe, check out Nightmare of Decay. I think it'll deliver the goods if that's what you're looking for. But yeah, that's it. And then the final thing is I kind of picked up Umamusume again, but not really. Just because I'm picking up because it's the worst part is I haven't had a lot of free time, been busy doing
remodeling.
Yes, let's say. And so when I had that extra hour to play, it's hard to pick up, something big and meaty, let's say. So to just play a little bit of Umamusume and get the points and level up and get closer to getting that, free voucher and this and that. It's satisfying enough, I guess, to get my gaming fix in. But we'll see if that sticks along as the year goes through. Sounds like some interesting weeks the boys are having. Isn't that right, Commercial Miles?
That's right, Commercial Ray. Something we kind of forget a couple things sometimes on here, so we need to find a place where we could remember exactly what we did last week.
It would be nice. We are getting a little bit older, aren't we, brother? If only there was a website dedicated to everything Otaku that people can find for themselves.
You mean our website, www.takuotaku.com?
What? It exists? There's such a place on the internet?
That's right. That's where you can find links to our various outlets we have out there. YouTube. We're also on Spotify. And also your favorite podcast listener on our website as well.
Oh, man. It's almost like we're on everywhere. So anyone, no matter what device you have in your pocket or on your desktop, you're ready to go to listen to more episodes of us rambling on like idiots.
Well, speaking of rambling like idiots, let's go back to our show.
But that is it for my week this time on the podcast. And so now we'll move along here to the main topic of this very podcast episode. And we'll talk about fall 2025. Bum, bum, bum. So once again, each of us have 3 shows we're going to talk about. And out of those 3 shows, we're going to rank them. And our number 1 pick will get a full review later in Otaku podcast history. But let's see here. Let's see, should I go with? Let's go with Miles. I'm going to stick with the order we went. And Miles, why don't you get us started on your first anime you want to discuss this week?
All right. So the first one up is Tojima wants to be a Kamen Rider.
All right. I've heard Kamen Rider before.
Yeah. So, of course, no Kamen Rider started. Because if you don't know that, maybe the show's not for you off the bat because it's this show does not explain what it
Kamen
is.
Rider is.
Or, the whole thing about, the history of Kamen Rider and how the culture and things like that.
He's a superhero on a bike.
Who apparently is half bug. So basically, our protagonist, Tojima, he's a guy whose whole life wants to be Kamen Rider. And I'm not, seriously be Kamen Rider. He literally, since he was a kid, he drew the belt, because it's a transformation belt.
Yes.
he drilled it on himself, and so like when he transforms, he does. Oh, he's like, this is my true power, and it just freaks people out. So he's really dedicated to his. So he's a very nerd about this, I guess.
Sounds like it.
We fast forward roughly. We roughly right to, I guess his current age was not. He's almost 40, or he's going to be 40 literally like a day or so. And he realized, man, I don't think it's happening.
Not with that attitude.
No, because he fights bears, and he's trained to forest
What is
every
he,
day.
Ippo? Oh no, it's the other guy from Ippo that fights the bear.
But like he's been trained trained his whole life. And he's like, what? I don't think this is happening. So he kind of gives up. He has a bunch of merchandise he sells off, and he's like he's kind of like he's like, maybe I should just focus on just because he's also construction work. He's not lazy. He does have a job.
That's good.
But he's like, yeah, maybe I should give up my dream of being a Kamen Rider.
Does he at least have a motorcycle?
No, not yet. I think it's coming later in the mail.
For 40 years, how does he? He's not. No wonder he's not Kamen Rider. He doesn't have a damn motorcycle. Got step one.
Yeah.
Literally step one.
So pretty much, literally a couple days later, there's like I guess a robbery, but the people that are doing the robbing dress up like Shocker, which is the evil organization that Kamen Rider fights against. Actually, Joe just tells you you don't know, right? There's no explanation here, and it says like he has to be in the right mood, at the right time, and he was at like a festival, and he's like, this is my moment to shine. They may not.
I can do this.
And so he literally grabs a Kamen Rider mask from like a festival stall, and he's like, I'm gonna just dust justice. And so that's what pretty much he fights these non-shocker guys. They know it's a bit. It's a bit for them.
It's just a mask for them.
And then he fights them throughout the city, pretty much.
He chases them throughout the city.
Well, because robberies keep happening. Because the main, I guess
the crew.
Because it's a Yakuza group, I guess. But the Yakuza henchmen are
and the world's biggest nerds on top of it.
Well, yeah, that's we'll get there. He's really a Shocker fan. He the other guy is with Kamen Rider. So he's a well-known Shocker fan. So he's like, I'm gonna do these. I'm gonna rob all the banks around the area as Shocker. I was like, okay, that's a. And even his henchmen are like, boss, this is kind of shut up. Put up the mask. I don't care. We put on the mask. We're gonna rob this guy and go he because it's a thing they do.
He goes to Anime Expo.
Yeah, yeah. But it's like it's funny because it's the most serious. Like look at this Yakuza guy. It's like I'm gonna dress as Shocker and he has no problem. The tough guy to say scars, everything like that. I'm gonna dress up like a kid's anime character and I'm gonna not be ashamed of it.
What do you think? He's Majima being a pirate?
And then when it gets a little strange because afterwards, he's trying to stop these robbers from happening around. No, he just happens to
got a lot of free time
to jump onto find a robbery. Robbery happens around him, which depends how you look at it. Then it turns out the real Shocker exists in this world, but it's still the real world. There's no magical things going on. There's no pew 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 or no. This is all man just fighting with fists and things like that at the end of the day. But then the real Shocker shows up, and then they have to fight against them, and so it's us versus them. And it's very
interesting.
Like I said, it's very odd, I guess. No, the only issue here, of course, is like, oh, this is kind of neat, and the music kind of because it's like remixed old
Kamen Rider songs,
and also they do a lot of animation based on Kamen Rider scenes. So so like it's weird because they kind of like rotoscope.
Oh,
so they because I swear it looks like almost like you could picture it being live action.
You could see, it's rotoscope.
Yeah, so it's like it's very kind of jarring for an anime
to be pretty typical, traditional, and then all of a sudden,
yeah. And then we get to one of the characters here, which you never Fire Force, Ray.
Yes, sadly.
Never. What's the problem with Fire Force?
A lot.
There's one
fan service.
The fan service.
That'll be the one.
Yeah. So we have a fan service character.
Cat girl?
No. It's supposed to be a ladybug, but I kid you not. Because they showed the original character with Tackle. I guess he's like she was the first female Kamen Rider-ish character that I thought. No, they show whole background story, right? So you see her costume, you see everything. Okay, let's do how much is that.
It's revealing, let's say.
She's moving around the place.
What is she, like the Wasp girl from One Punch Man?
Almost.
Look it up, kids.
But you know, it's one of those things because it's very jarring because you're trying to take the serious story. Well, not serious story,
Wow.
but you know, the story with fighting man, and then the only one female character on this show, and what if she does? She literally she strips herself and changes right on the spot. Why she has to do that to start with?
Distraction.
It
It would work on me.
And apparently, no, and it said she's pre-built. Let's say.
I like it. I like to kick my ass.
No, but like, well, like the animation knows what to flaunt. I guess let's just say that, you know. And it's like, but it's still kind of distracting because like you're trying to like, you know, it's supposed to be a serious because she's fighting the Shocker guys, right? And it's like supposed to be a serious thing, but like you're like, look, who put this character? It's very jarring. And then because she's also a teacher during the day.
Glasses?
Yes. But you know, then she has like I kid you not, this kid. There's a kid in the class who has a crush on her, of course, because you know, high school.
He's got good taste.
But you know, at first he was like, no, being timid, like, oh, maybe she's very fine, things like that. And then somehow he gets involved with her undressing. It's a whole bit.
Oh no, that's something. No, you lost me on that one.
And then of course, then it's like then becomes a pervy character all of a sudden, and it's just like, what happened to the homeless we had in the first episode? What happened here?
What am I fighting for?
This show is, I guess, very adult oriented. I guess I'm assuming. Because you know, way how because they punch people, you know, bloods around, you know, it's so there's like, you know,
it's a mature series.
Mature is about,
it's more like a vigilante going off in a Kamen Rider mask.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
And so like you don't know if you'll, because then the element of shock, actual real shocker goes on. So it's like,
what's really happening here?
Like what is this at the end of the day?
Reality.
But you know, they have every time they have tackle, they always have like, you know, revealing clothes. Boo presses, you know, you name it. It's like, but it's like, so like, it's a mess.
So it sounds like your favorite anime of the season.
Yeah. So that happened.
All right. Well, that's I guess we have to stay tuned to see if that passes. Keeping it close to the chest there, Miles?
Yeah, always do.
Indeed. Alrighty, Frank. It's your turn at the plate, Frank. What do you got for us this time around?
I guess I'll talk about Gintama first.
Alrighty.
It's a spin-off of Gintama. I don't know if you guys ever watched Gintama.
I know the very small premise of it.
So yeah, Gintama's not really about anything.
There's also that.
So it's this anime is basically the Gintama characters in a classroom, and it's like a normal Gintama episode. It's just the difference is that yeah, it's funny because it starts off by saying like that this anime was made because the guy that created Gintama was bragging about it at a bar to some chicks, and then he had to follow through because of that.
That sounds about right.
And then which is, it's kind of funny because it always talks about how it knows it's a spinoff because there's like, you're a teacher in this anime. It's like, oh yes, and you're my student. Like, so it's they always refer to like their other anime where so it has its moments like that. And it's just a bunch of silly jokes. Like there was this one part where they're looking for somebody and it's suspicious, and then they're walking and they have like this bag and they put in the advertisement, and one of them's advertising that they're dumb. It's like, why would you do that? And then the next person comes along and is like, they're advertising a like a strip club, maybe more than a strip club kind of joint. It's like, you have no shame. And then the third person comes along and they're it's not even an advertisement. It's just like Team Goku, Team Kakarot. Like, it's like, it's the same person. Why would you? The next person comes along and is like, no, Team Vegeta. So it's
of
like,
course.
It's like, why is it answering the person in front? Like, so it's just like a bunch of jokes like that, which I enjoy. It's very funny for me. I like the characters. But I guess if I had to say something bad about it, is that it's way too fast for me. Like, I cannot keep up with all the things they say. I'm like, sometimes I have to pause it, rewind it.
Subtitles.
Yeah, it's like, damn, slow down.
Where's the dub?
Yeah. I don't really want to talk about what it's about because basically it's just about these characters in the classroom. The first episode was the principal telling Gintama that he has to get all the grades up or he's gonna get a pay cut and all the kids have to go to summer school.
Oh no.
So then he tells them that, which he never teaches them anything. And then they get the test and it's like stupid hard. Like and it's like very specific to the characters. Like the person reading it is like, are they making fun of me in this? The questions were literally making fun of the characters, and then you kept hearing in the background like, "Destructo disc," and then he's like, "What the hell?" And he looks at the whole test, and it has like 700 questions, and the Destructo disc, the Destructo disc question was, name an attack of a ball character that
Wow.
that it's a and so but yell it. It says like, don't write down, yell it. So now he's here, and then he hears somebody say like Destructo ball or something, like, that guy got it wrong. What does he think? So it's just a bunch of like, and it's like, wait, we just started the test and he already yelled it. How do you get to the question 500 so fast? So I enjoy it a lot. But I'm kind of like, is this like a very niche anime, or would everybody enjoy it? I don't know, but I have fun. It's just a little hard on my eyes, but I have fun.
Did it explain the characters at all? Or like,
yeah. Okay. So.
Or it assume like you already know these guys already.
I don't know if they assume you know it, but it's more like, because they talk about passing the baton, and they even show like actors from the previous anime, like, and then they like, it's kind of like you see two people wearing the same clothes, like just passing the baton. It's just like, what? And then you see them like even live action. Like, why are they showing live action? They're like, so basically, what it's supposed to be, it's because apparently all the Gintama characters are actors, and now they're doing this show.
I see.
So it's like, oh yeah, I was this character in the other show, and so now they're doing this other show.
That's funny.
So it's not them. Like, it's not like, oh, now we're in school, or it's an alternate reality. It's more like, yeah, Gintama was our first show that we did, and now we're on our next gig. Right. So they're paid actors apparently.
That's kind of funny.
Fun. I'm hoping there's gonna be some action, but it doesn't look like there's gonna be any action. It's just
Well, it doesn't come out. How many seasons is it in Gintama until it gets serious, Frank? It's like pretty deep, no?
Like in the hundreds episodes.
Ooh, see, that's what I'm saying.
So yeah, I had fun watching this one. It reminds me of, in a weird way, it kind of reminds me like of a Miles pick.
No.
So it's terrible.
It's it's more of a.
I win most of the time, by the way.
It's an intellectual anime. No, it's it's more of a.
Okay, now that's a dig. That's a dig. All right, that's a dig.
He was very serious. Sarcasm. What's that?
Classic Frank once again trying to run me under the bus.
It's more about the talking than anything else. That's what I'm trying to say.
It's a show about nothing.
There you go.
Alrighty then.
Did I help?
Alrighty. All right. In that case, let me see which one I already listed here, which I want to talk about first. The first anime this season will be My Status as an Assassin Obviously Exceeds the Heroes.
Oh, okay.
So, as you can imagine, something like that? Yes, indeed. This is an isekai show.
What? No.
Who would have thunk? And it is a very, very typical isekai situation. So basically, in the normal world in Japan, of course, in a high school, because cliche, our main hero is a guy named Akira, or Akira, how you want to pronounce it.
What is he? Black hair?
He is a black hair protagonist who is a loner and doesn't get along with anyone in his classroom.
Let me get my checkboard here. Okay, check. Okay.
Which is extra historical because he doesn't seem very like mean or negative or socially awkward. But just for what reason, I guess he just is. But despite it doesn't look like he has anything. And no one in the classroom, and that's like the joke, is like, oh, who's that guy? I've never known him this whole time. Which is like, how do you not know the guy standing next to you for like the last 6 months of the year? Seems like rather hard to believe, but okay show. But doesn't matter because for reasons unknown, I guess thanks to him, he's reading an isekai story, and when he's reading an isekai story on his smartphone, he somehow also opens a portal and gets the whole classroom isekai to a fantasy world.
All of them.
All of them. And when they get to this fantasy world, they're greeted by, I guess, the king of this kingdom, and says, "Thank you, heroes of another world. We've summoned you here to help slay the demon king." Stop me if you heard this before.
Yeah.
And so... and sure enough, each of the classmates shows up and they have like a little orb, and once they touch the orb pops up their, their RPG stats, and like, oh, you're a wizard, and you're a knight, and your skill level.
Harry.
Yeah, exactly. There's Harry shows up. Why he's in Japan, I don't know. But for whatever reason, our protagonist goes, "Wait a minute. I don't believe any of this bullshit that's happening. I don't trust this king. I don't want to reveal my stats and powers because now that I'm looking at my stats, I'm really stronger than everyone else in the room. And I want to keep that ace in the hole to myself." And apparently he has this skill out of his class. By the way, his class is an assassin, by the way, because it wasn't self-explanatory with the title of the series. He has the ability to, like, cloak himself, basically, and goes invisible. He pulls a solid snake or a major kusanagi. And so he kind of sneaks away, and I guess everyone is so oblivious and dumb. They go like, "Hey, what happened to the guy we don't remember? He never went up and we saw his stats." But whatever, you got to turn off your brain with this premise a little bit. So he sneaks away, but it turns out one of the like commander knights has like, I don't know, he's got also good stats, and he's got magical eyeballs because anime, and he can see him and calls them out, and he goes like, "Oh, trying to hide from your classmates, eh?" And he's like, "What? You can see me? Yeah, I can see you." And he goes like, "Well, you're smart because you should, because I don't trust this king. This king's no good. He's I don't know what he's up to, but he's up to no good." And so our protagonist and this commander knight become best friends instantly, which is a bit hard to believe considering this guy just said, "I don't trust anyone," but believes this guy for some reason.
Well, he's an assassin.
But you, who can cloak himself.
But you're such a pretty boy from an 80s, 90s anime OVA. I trust you. Like, really? Okay. For a guy who's not, but okay, whatever. Like I said, turn off your brain. And so these two form an alliance, and he kind of secretly trains them to be like really good, but he was born to be because he's a protagonist in an isekai series. That's just what you do in these things. And sure enough, this knight has a plan to overthrow the king secretly and waiting his time for the great moment to call out the king and call him evil and this and that. And so a couple months pass, and he's leveling up. His classmates are kind of also leveling up, and I guess no one ever puts the two together. Like, whatever happened to that one guy? Oh, there he is, and then he disappears for like a month. I don't know. They're all very dumb, apparently. No one.
Well, they're kids.
They have no observation skills. Phoenix Wright would call him out instantly after like one day on the court case. But anyways, plot happens. It turns out the king is evil because he's doing something not good, but you don't really know. But he's like, these kids, we got these kids playing the way we want them, like a fiddle. And it turns out he finds out that like, oh wait, that commander knight's trying to get me, and he's got that Akira Kai who's this kid and this and that. And basically he figures that out and kills the commander knight. And our main protagonist is saddened by that because it's like his new best friend, and he even frames him for his murder.
It sounds like a bunch of like we haven't started with the story at all yet.
Yes, because so that's what happens. And now after all that, the real series begins.
Okay.
Where basically he's by himself. He's pulling a Kirito from SAO. And now he has to, figure out what the evil king's up to, get revenge for his best friend. And meanwhile, so that's the main focus of the story. And he's going to like a dungeon and leveling up, and he's like trying to become the strongest person in the world because what's it to do in Isekai series. As a side plot line, the original hero in his classroom, who just looks like fucking Suzaku from Code Geass.
Of course he is.
But I guess he should because this is done by Sunrise, who also did that anime series.
Of course it did.
He's like the true hero, but he's not the greatest, but he's trying. He's a good fella, but he's not the strongest. And I guess he meets basically the king is like doing wizard magic on the students, but some of them don't. They can shake it off for various reasons, loosey-goosey, and they form their own party and leave the king in his evil kingdom and try to figure out what's the truth and find Akira, because like, hey, Akira probably didn't kill that guy, so we need to see what's going on there. And so that's like the two main plot lines. And then on the way there, in episode 2 and 3, Akira meets an elf, because fantasy story, that's what you do.
Yeah.
And they kind of form his own little party to, once again, figure out what's going on in this world. And she's got I guess a traumatic past as well.
Of course.
Because the end of episode 3, we instantly get to her problem. Like, well, goddamn, that's one way to deal with it. So yeah, that is the premise and story beats of this series. Did I mention it looks like an 80s, 90s anime OVA, which I do appreciate.
That's
good.
It sounds like but you had to wait like 10 years to get to actually the final plot.
So yeah, it's a bit of a slow burn, and it's it's your typical hero's journey isekai situation of I'm just a loser, I'm a weakling, but also I'm the strongest guy in the universe, and it checks all the boxes.
And checks more boxes than the
It's very predictable if you've seen this type of show.
It's your Gachiakuta.
Yeah, I guess so. It's not terrible. Like I said, the character designs I do like a lot because once again, you don't see that kind of art style very much these days. Everything's got to be clean and simple, and you don't got thick lines of elaborate hairstyles and this and that. So I do like I said, the character designs a lot. But the story is very by the numbers. It sure feels like we're not gonna finish the story in 13 episodes. It feels like, there might be a season 2 or 3 down the line, but you don't know if you're ever gonna get that in anime form. That's because that's just how anime works these days.
It was a nice promo material for the novel, whatever it's based on.
Yeah, and I don't even know what it's based. I assume it is probably a light novel series with a name like that. But like I say, it's a genre that I've seen so many times over and over again, and it's just not. I'm a little too old for it. Honestly, I've just outgrown it. So it's a tough uphill fight in general. I did think the music was not too bad. It did give me more old school 90s vibes, so I do like that as well. But yeah, you really have to be old school person to kind of get and appreciate the references and the way they kind of do the production on the show. Oh, that's what I was thinking about. Is speaking about animation. The other thing is the action's just barely getting by. It's like the most.
It is a Sunrise, right?
Yeah, that's the other downside. I expect, being a Sunrise production, you kind of expect to be like C+, B- at least, but this is like C-. So it doesn't. For an action adventure show, I need the action to be on point, and it's just
not
there as much as I'd like it to be. But we'll see. Like I said, I totally didn't hate it, but it is definitely, your typical isekai power fantasy situation. But we'll see. I guess you have to stay tuned to find out if it'll be good enough to make the cut. But until then, let's go back around to Miles and see what he's up to on his second anime of the season.
So my second anime pick was Mechanical Marie. So the story was we saw with Arthur, who is
Is he a king?
No, he's like he's the fifth son of I guess a billionaire. He's like the fifth son. When I guess the higher hair. So I should say hair. They chose
heir.
He's supposed to be the next one, right? After to inherit the state, things like that.
The fifth one, you mean?
Yeah, the fifth one.
Okay.
Because I guess he's the illegitimate son, but he's also the right. Oh, that's what his father chose. He's the.
Oh, so he is a successor.
Yeah.
Oh.
So obviously, because he's the successor,
everyone hates him.
All of his brothers want to kill him, pretty much, or get him out of the way, very much. So his butler hires, I guess, a maid. But the catch is that Arthur, he has there's a scientific term for it, but he doesn't like people. He prefers robots.
So he's just me.
Well, but he prefers like robots or like mechanical things other than people, I guess.
Dun, 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 dun.
The butler presents to him a person, or a robot maid, Marie.
I've seen that anime. It was from the 90s, I think. No, or the 2000s.
Who is very expressionless and kind of like a robot, right? Expressionless in that. However, Marie's actually is a human, but she needs the money, and no.
I am a robot.
No, but no, she's
one hell of an actress.
No, it's her natural personality is of not really showing any stoic, I guess, and not really showing emotion and things like that.
I love Violent Evergarden.
So they call her Mechanical Marie because
she's mechanical.
And so pretty much the gist is that the premise of the whole show is that she's pretty much his maid, but she has to make sure that she acts like a robot in front of him and not to show any kind of human motion, things like that. And he also kind of enjoys that she's a robot too.
Well, I mean, that's what he wants.
So it's a whole weird based on a lie. It's like how far we get here, And,
but it's not much of a lie. That's already her personality.
Yeah, but
does she go like boop and bop to sell it more?
Well, she does talk very monotone.
Oh,
and
does she not talk like that normally?
No, I guess she talks more like a human. Not as she's kind of a little monotone, but not as monotone like as a robot.
Okay, I was just curious, as a viewer, can you see the difference when she's on or off?
Well, most of the time, when most of the time the animals show she has she's talking or something like that. No, or she reacts like in her head, pretty much. So it's like her emotion. You see her emotions like on the side of her or something like that.
Right.
But outside, she's just nothing. And so the whole premise, of course, all his brothers want to kill for revenge. So she has to kind of be his bodyguard.
She's a combat butler.
Yeah, kind of actually in a certain way. Because she also is she's used to be in martial arts. So that's why she's like she's built kind of like
she's built different.
She's built like a robot because like she has so many muscles underneath her like because like you comment because you want her you wanted a lap pillow for her, right? But obviously he thinks she's a robot.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, but since she has a lot of muscles, I guess. No, it's like she's a robot.
Oh, okay. I think I kind of get what you're going.
But that's basically the whole gist of the show. The whole gist of the show is her trying to protect the master pretty much from all the shenanigans that happened. As him trying to kind of eventually inherit the company, I guess, from his dad.
So his dad's still alive?
Yeah, but like I said, it's a whole like
Is he like on a deathbed or is it like a timer?
No, he pretty much he told him like son, you'll be the next one compared to all my other sons. Well,
and so now he's gonna have to dodging these fools until they're all dead.
All the other sons are eccentric in their own magical ways. As typical rich people are. And I said other than the minor just with humans and human interaction, rather talk with robots, things like that. He mostly is a chill guy.
He's a chill dude.
He's trying to grasp the aspects of living a rich lifestyle. I guess have to meet with the people, have to talk with the donors, stuff. His dad works with his dad. The whole like meet and greet kind of like thing he does.
So is this played more comical or serious?
Well, to be honest, I can't tell you because
the premise sounds more comical to me. It's
supposed to be comical, but the problem is there's not enough comedy in it to justify the comical aspect. If it makes any sense. Like in episode 2, they introduced like an actual robot maid.
Oh, okay. They do exist.
No, but obviously he still thinks that she's the maid for him because he thinks she's a robot, but not a robot. It's a.
And it's starting to sound like, was it Emirates in Darkness or whatever it's called?
Yeah, but see that's the thing. It's like the show should be a comedical effect, right? It should. It sounds on paper.
It sounds dumb.
But there's not enough crazy, wacky things to justify the comedy. There's not enough comedy.
It sounds too dumb, but no jokes to justify the dumbness. It just sounds dumb.
Well, there's no jokes, I guess.
Right.
It's very kind of like there should be more funny. Obviously, more like Kaguya-sama or something like that. Like more like jokes here and there, and like him mostly is he's like usually it's I disdain the world because humans.
And how old is this kid?
He's like 16.
Oh, okay.
As he's the youngest of the brothers, but no, I guess the father chose him because he's not a prick like the rest of them are. But saying pretty much, his butler hired Marie, and remember she's like to make sure he doesn't get fired. Her and Marie have to make sure like that they know that he believes that she's a robot.
Mm-hmm.
So like they give her like AA batteries, and like how that's how she charges batteries. And so literally he like put her battery in her mouth, and that's how she charges herself. But that's like that's the most comedic.
I was gonna say, what? That's so out there, and then that's it.
And I said, and every lie is like, because every time she lies, like, oh, something, because
she has to think.
She does. So she's human, right? So she does like, oop, I made a little mistake here, or I made a little mistake there. Like, how do I sell it off to him so that he thinks I'm still a robot? And somehow he is the most gulbous.
He's an idiot.
Idiot, pretty much. But I said, but there's not enough jokes to set up to justify the premise. So you kind of like going like, when am I laughing? Or other than the ridiculous of the things she gets herself into, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing other than that, just then the whole premise. Like you're waiting for a moment, like, is he gonna find out today? Like, when's it jig up? I guess something like that, right? That's what you're waiting for at the end of the day. But there's nothing else here. Like I said, compared like say the other one, the Kamen Rider one, which at least there's, for better or worse, there's something going on despite the fan service part of it. But here it's like
who's the show for?
What is this for? Because it's not really funny, but it's supposed to be funny because the premise is funny. But there's no jokes to justify it, so you're kind of like waiting for maybe next time.
Stay tuned. Poor Miles, he's got so many great choices, sounds like, this season. All right, which brings us back to Frank.
I tried, everyone. I tried.
You had your choices. You made choices. No one forced you. All right, Frank, back to you.
All right. I guess I'll talk about Digimon.
Ooh, there you go.
This one's called Digimon Beatbreak, I think.
I'll trust you.
Let's see. I saw it and it looked very pretty. Kind of reminded me of the color scheme of No Game No Life, like very purple.
Oh, very purpley.
Very purple, very like bright colors.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. How should I start? It seems very different than all the 3 Digimons I've watched. It's like in the distant future, if I'm not mistaken. Because I guess nobody has cell phones anymore. Now they have these things called they look like Tamagotchis, but they're basically these eggs.
Yeah.
And it does everything. It's like the little AI, like, oh, you need to eat. You need to wake up. You need to, it tells them everything. So basically, the world runs on these things.
Uh-oh.
So basically, it starts off with this girl running into this guy. Actually, it starts off with a battle.
Slice of bread in her mouth?
With a battery in the mouth. It starts off with a battle, which it's okay. I mean, just a Digimon battle. The characters look. I'm like, I don't know if it's supposed to be the same Digimons or they're just completely different ones. Anyways, so this girl runs into this guy and exchanged Tamagotchis by mistake, and the main character, who is the purple hair kid, I think his name is Tamaro. He touches the little egg thing and I guess he makes the glitch, and so then you go and see the kind of like what happens with the girl later, and apparently all the information changed for her, and she like, because when you pay at a restaurant, you don't even tell them what to order. The egg knows, and so she's getting like, I don't eat this. Like, your little Tamagotchi is never wrong, so this is your order. So then like, and then she's trying to go to the bank. It's like, oh, you have no money, and it's like, broke. And then so she finds the guy. He's like, wait, you messed up my little Tamagotchi. I keep calling it Tamagotchi. Because of this, that girl ends up getting attacked because the main character has like these, they call it E-pulse. I guess it's like some sort of energy chakra. Anyways, it's spilled into the egg, and now all the Digimons are after that girl because they think she's him, and they kill her. And
well, that happens.
It tends to happen.
Wait, they killed her?
Yeah, we're getting there fast.
Okay.
All right.
Here we go.
Wow,
here we go. Buckle up.
It's like season 3 over here. Okay.
Yeah. You thought it was a kids show? No.
No. Okay. I'm slightly intrigued here. Go ahead.
So then the guy goes home, and then for some reason his older brother's like, stay home, don't go out. And then that's when his egg transforms into the Digimon. And he's like, feed me, and then he ends up running away, and then he's like, ah, shit, I don't know what's going on, but I'm gonna chase it. He goes outside, and then there's like these wolves outside, and he's like, oh, maybe this is why my brother told me not to go out. And then the Digimon ends up saving him, and then his brother ends up saving him, but not enough, and then the brother dies.
Yikes.
Yeah, a lot of dying.
All right.
So then he's like all sad, and he's about to die again. Then the Digimon ends up coming, saving him, and they end up working together, and then more main characters show up, and that's pretty much episode 1.
Wow, that's a lot.
So then episode 2, they're like eating together, and then everybody's like, "Oh, why aren't you eating?" And it's like, "You dumbass, my brother just died.
Know is dead.
My brother just died. What do you think of?
It's not exactly hungry at the moment."
Yeah. They're like, you don't like mushrooms? I guess then he's like, oh, the leader, I think they're called glowing something. He tells them, well, I understand you're sad and understandable, but he tells them your brother's not dead. He's like, what? Do you want to see him? Oh yeah.
That'd be nice.
So they go see him, and apparently they don't die. Sorry. I thought they died because that's what the.
Well, I'm surprised that they applied it. It's like, wow.
Yeah, so it's more like they called it cold heart. The Digimon like to steal E-pulse that people have, which is like their chakra, and when they steal it, they become like statues, or
Oh, it's Pokemon the first movie.
So
brother.
So the Digimon that stole the brother's
energy
is out there somewhere. They're like, we should go try to get it. And that's if we get it back, we could probably save him.
Dark Souls.
So he doesn't like the group. He doesn't like the Pokemon. I mean, the Digimon. I'm sorry.
The brand.
Oh my god.
Uh-oh.
There goes our Digimon sponsorship.
he doesn't like him, and then the Digimon ends up saving him. I think he's called it Gekomon. He's pretty funny. He ends up fighting some people that are after him because apparently when a Digimon is created, it's considered a glitch, and then the company that provides the little eggs goes and like, oh, this is messed up. Let me give you another one. But because of the whole incident, they considered that he fled. So now they're like after him because they're like, oh, that's a crime. You fled. You shouldn't have done that. So he fights them off, and then the people from the other group are like, oh, if you join our group, they'll pardon you. And this is like, nah, I don't want to. So he decides to join, and then they find out where his brother is, and then they're like, yeah, that bounty's too low. We're not gonna do it. We need to get paid. So then he ends up leaving, and then after he leaves, they're like, the bounty gets raised, like, oh, we could do it now. We could do it now. So they end up teaming up again. So yeah, that's pretty much.
That's a lot just to save your brother, but I guess
and that was
on our way.
And that was episode 2.
They end up saving. I kind of went to 3. They end up saving the girl.
I figured she'd also survived.
They saved her, and then and now they're like, oh, we should try to save my. Oh no! They fight. He fights the little wolf that killed his brother or attacked his brother. And then he kind of goes into another dimension because he gets dragged into it, and that's where it ends. That's where the episode 3 ends. So yeah, I
Digimon's different.
Yeah, it's very different. I kind of like the characters. They, especially where it's. I know it's going like, okay, they're gonna team up, but it's not like so straightforward. Like he didn't accept right away, which I thought that was.
That
it made sense. Because usually they're like, yes, this is great. Because first he doesn't even like the Digimon. He doesn't want to join them, and his only motivation is like, I gotta save my brother, and then.
It does sound different because usually most time they usually get along.
Well, it's your typical
buddy. Hey,
yeah, exactly.
So the fact that they're very intense and they don't like each other at the start.
Yeah, and even when he gets that, I think it's a hyena. When he beats him, he orders the Digimon like, hey, kill him, and then everybody's like, what? Why? Even the Digimon's like, I don't really want to do that, and then he's like, nah, man, he's gonna kill more people if we just let him live. And then he kind of realized like, oh, the group told him, oh, we don't do that, we don't kill these, like, cause he's kind of trying to say like, they're considered glitches, but that doesn't mean that they deserve to die.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So he's kind of like, oh, I guess. I liked it a lot. I think the opening song is not catchy, but it does look nice. So far, the fighting is not like, I'm not wondering like, oh, who's gonna win. It's just, so
typical kids.
But I think it makes up for it when it's not fighting, because I think that's so far my favorite part of it.
I guess we'll have to. We all have to stay tuned and find out what happens.
Yeah.
With Digimon, what is it again?
Digimon Monsters.
Beatbreak.
Let's go with that. Alrighty, so it's back to me again, and for my second anime of the season, I had to switch over to High Dive to check out this show. But I was determined to watch something that wasn't fantasy-based this season, because it seems like it's been all the stuff I've seen recently. The anime I'm about to talk about is a little show over on High Dive called Dusk Beyond the End of the World.
Oh, okay. Considering this one.
And this is fitting, I guess, to both of the shows you guys talked about. It also deals with the futuristic things that deal with robots and AI and all that jazz. Yeah. So in this series, our main protagonist is also, I don't know, his name is also Akira.
Of course
Akira, how you want to pronounce it, potato. It is in, the story starts off like, I think 10 years in the future of our current timeline, something like that, roughly.
We have a future in 10 years?
Yeah, tell me about it. And it's a little bit more futuristic in the setting. And in the opening act of every anime, stop me if you heard this one before, his parents die in a tragic accident. Exactly. And he is taken in by one of his father's friends, who also has a daughter of her own, and they kind of adopt him into their family. And it turns out his new parent guardian, really smart scientist, but also his daughter is like the biggest scientist in the world. She's a super genius. And so then like 10 years pass from that, and like he's still in high school, and I think she just he's like in high school, and I guess she's like 1 year older than him, but she's already like in college or like even graduated from college because she's like a super genius, and she's already like several of her patents have been are used all day in society, and she does robots and AI stuff, and it's very futuristic because you see him as daily routine in the morning. Waking up and little AI buddy, wake up, Akira, wake up, and time for your breakfast. 5 minutes to go. Yeah, so very much like that.
Can't go outside, Akira. It's too late at night.
Exactly. So it's very of that kind of setting universe where everything is based on AI and every these little friends helping us on our daily lives, which in our current reality you may or may not appreciate. Let's say in our current times. And quickly, what happens is it turns out when you grow up with each other and you're not biological siblings, perhaps you have a romantic development that occurs after 10 years of living on the same house. But lucky for us, is they both feel mutual about this, and they kind of just admit, we like each other in a romantic way, and maybe we should start going out properly. And then we do a One Piece time skip from there again. Another 10 years in the future.
What is it, 10 years later?
Yeah, so this is all episode 1. Because like I said, this isn't the premise yet. This is just the preamble. This is technically episode 1. It's funny. Episode 1 is technically episode 0 on the credits.
Oh, of course it is.
And so it turns out, so the thing I mentioned is she's on the cusp of coming with AIs and robots, androids, basically, if you want to phrase it. But society's like, boo, androids are bad, and that goes against our religion and world beliefs and this, that, and the world's very like, no, boo, I lost my job because of AI and this and this and that. But anyway, I guess that other time skip 5 years in the future where she's basically like the biggest CEO of the biggest company that she developed, and she's finally going to announce the premise of androids finally are here after all these years of working on it, and finally, I guess the world climate is allowing for this notion to occur, and she's about to reveal it to the world until a disgruntled worker shows up and says, "I lost my job to your damn robots, and you hate humanity, and I'm here to dish out justice to you." And sure enough, in Japan, somehow pulls out a gun and opens fire on her. She survives. But Akira supposedly looks like he takes most of the bullets for her to save her. And then we cut to another jump cut to many years in the future, because he wakes up in an abandoned building that basically wakes up into the world of The Last of Us, I guess.
Okay.
No zombies, but very post-apocalyptic, Japan has changed. You can see the ocean has taken over most of the island.
It's like a goofy
Horizon.
Breath of the Wild, like Breath of the Wild. He's out of the pool, it comes out.
Yeah, that could also work. Personally, I thought of Vermeer's Planet of something.
I think so, a little bit.
But I definitely got vibes early on. Anyway, so he wakes up in this new world, many years in the future, and you can see the bullet holes that he got hit with. So it happened, right? Supposedly, it sure implies that does happen. And there he's picked up by local villagers who kind of don't know. They just kind of worshipped him. They don't know who he is, and he's just trying to figure out what's going on in this and that. And apparently, in his time since he's been asleep, there's been the world government. Japan is gone.
It's Britannia.
But now it has become, I don't know, Mobile Suit Gundam, where there's now one, or Starfleet maybe, of Star Trek universe, where there's one government of the whole world.
Was it Earth Federation?
Yes, and they're called OWL or something like that, with an O involved. And supposedly these guys supposed to be a utopia like Star Trek, supposedly, right? Because these guys they ended war of all throughout the whole world, and it's peaceful times out here. Yeah, that turns out doesn't last very long, because eventually one of the villagers rats out to this organization and tells them, hey, the one guy who's kind of a god we've been worshiping all this time, he's woken up, and he knows old world technology and knowledge. And of course, at this point in time, because I think they finally say later on it's 200 years since that episode 0.
I feel like it's been 200 minutes since I heard this.
It's all episode 1. And sure enough, turns out they're all douchebags. And shocker, and they're douchebags because the main villain of that episode... No, that's the second episode, I lied. Well, I'll tell you this. One of the main villains in that second episode is just voiced by... I always forget the voice actor, but Dio. So they're evil. If Dio works for them, this is a bad crew to work for. And so everything's looking bad because they're about to shoot the villagers to keep it a hush-hush secret and kidnap him and take him for his knowledge. But DS Machina shows up because a cute little android girl shows up and fucking slaughters these clowns with a goddamn lightsaber. And you see every bit of it. Wow. It's been a minute since I've seen an anime make my jaw drop to the floor of like...
Stunned.
I knew they were going to get saved. I didn't expect them to be that brutally massacred down.
By a little girl, and they're just doing all this like little Yoda stuff going around.
And she's flying around. The animation's really gorgeous. It's done by PA Works, who
of course it is.
Can do very good stuff. They don't tend to do action stuff often.
No, I don't think they do.
But they do pretty animation, and it turns out they also can do action. And so just absolutely annihilates these guys. But the strange thing about this android girl, she looks exactly like his girlfriend from 200 years ago. What's the deal with that? And also the telltale sign that gets them more curious about that before the event where the gunman shows up, he gives her a ring for her birthday. And sure enough, this android girl shows up with this ring and goes like, "Do you recognize this?" And it's that ring. He's like, "What? How do you have this ring?" She's very secretive, like, "I can't tell you. That's classified information." And he's like, "What? So how do you know her? Do you know her? What's going on? You look exactly like her." And this and this and that. And so that is the big mystery early on. And this is all like episode, like this. No, actually, that's episode 2 at the end of that. And then episode 3, you kind of get more of the sense of what the show's really going to go for. In this case, as you can imagine, it's to look for the missing girlfriend because he kind of has a feeling like she must be alive, despite he kind of like, logically speaking, she should be dead. But for some reason, he's like, well, she survived it. I just now I got a feeling in my bones, right?
Sure, she's right there.
But it turns out, of course, like I said, the evil organization is still after them. And it turns out this evil organization has other androids of their own disposal to send out to hunt him and her down. And so you got a bit of, killer androids after each other a little bit. You avoid most of the conflict, at least up to episode 3. But, in the opening, it implies they're going to fight.
Is he an android or no?
He is not. He's just a human being who's trying to figure out what's going on.
I just want to make sure, like,
no, most people in the series are human, except her and the other ones. And you can tell because they all, and that's interesting, they all have the same face.
Oh, okay.
So obviously there must be some connection there, right? And, a lot of mystery based, trying to figure out what happened in the last 200 years. Is she alive? Is she not? And this and that. Whatever happened to the android dreams we were promised, and what happened to those promised days from all those years ago. And so, it's very much another adventure mystery show where it looks like they're going to form a party, kind of figure out what's going on, and this and this and that, and take down the evil organization. And so, I like a good mystery, and so far it makes me go, I have a couple guesses, but I don't know yet. So I do like they're giving me a little drip feeds of what potentially is actually happening in this world. And I think it is a good depiction of, it is kind of like Horizon, as Frank mentioned, of like people know of the great technology, but no one really understands it anymore. Yeah. So it gets lost in the weeds. But of course he knows it because also he's kind of a smart person, but he's not like, she's like crazy smart.
Well, like Bulma, right?
Yeah, she's like crazy Bulma smart, and like he's like, I don't know, Gohan. Yeah, let's go Gohan.
Gohan, yeah, no Yamcha.
Yeah, he's not Yamcha. He's not playing baseball yet. But it's like I said, so I like the mystery. I like the world. It's interesting because sometimes they refer to how the world and like there's certain world locations like, oh, it's Tokyo Tower or it's the tower in Hokkaido, and we got to get to Sendai. And I don't know why, but narrative I like the idea of like we just need to get, it's like getting to LA to Santa Monica or something right there, but like there's all these it's fucking called traffic, but other obstacles in the way to get in between A and B.
Well, it's like JoJo Part 3. It's like we just gotta go to Cairo, and then every gosh darn
and we take a boat, a plane, and a car, and all these stand users come out trying to kill us. So it's also very much part 3 of JoJo as well. The music's really good. I liked it. Very pretty when it's going for the more emotional pulls here and there, where it's like, what happened to her and this and that, and the little bit mysterious vibes going on. Did I mention she absolutely manslaughtered all those fools with the lightsaber? It's kind of cool. It was very Metal Gear Rising. Is also made me think of that.
Want to play music?
Yeah, a little bit. But I was surprisingly interested in this one by that second episode. Kind of see what's going on in this mystery world, what did happen, and see if we're going to get an answer to the situation and see if we can make the world a better place.
Does sound interesting.
So we'll see. It might be good enough, but you'll have to stay tuned. One more round of previews before we reveal our...
This one's on High Dive?
This one is on High Dive, so we might have to do a little bit of behind-the-scenes magic to make that happen, but... I might be willing to figure out the extra legwork if necessary. But what is necessary now is to hear Miles' final anime of fall 2025.
It wouldn't be complete when Miles making one Miles pick as usual. So the last one is
the other ones weren't.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
This is a Miles. So if we call it as so it's a manga's weird, wonderful workplace. So we start off with a manga.
Akira.
No, it is not. Oh, Futami. There you go.
Close enough.
She just started, her manga journey. She just got, picked up by a magazine.
Ooh.
She's doing she's a shoujo manga. She's doing a shogi manga right now, I guess. That's her first project. But she stresses out a lot. Those all the mangas go through, stress, deadlines, things like that. But she has this is gonna sound funny. So she has her high school friend's younger sister as her assistant.
Okay.
And pretty much she kind of makes sure she does her work because she stresses out a lot. Kind of like doesn't want to deal with.
So she's constantly like freaking out
every 5 seconds, and she's like the more calm, like, no, we gotta do this today. No, we gotta do the corrections today, things like that. And it's a little wacky. It's it's a lot like just trying to she's a little starstruck by her editor.
She's like famous or something.
No, yeah, or she's like she's I don't know, because there might be a little Yuri in there. Maybe I'm not 100% sure. Because
tell me more.
Because it's so it's not implied. Oh, it's not directly implied, but you can kind of. We're working on it, I guess. But for the just part, it's about her trying to figure out how because there's a whole like how to work on deadlines.
Is it a weekly deadline?
Yeah.
God almighty.
But no, it's weird because everything's digital now these days, right? So instead of having like everyone's using the little pad, like
the digital pads,
like white pads, and they're like working here, work on this, work on that. No, it's weird because like they're saying here, I'll send you the frame, and then it's and then work on the frame for the back. But it's weird because usually a lot of shows I would deal with manga
for you, the viewer.
Yeah, for you, the viewer.
Okay, I'm just talking. I was curious if you're talking about from the character because she's used to doing traditional. You're just talking about for you.
No, as for the viewer, because the viewer, most of these shows usually do mangas.
By the way, you're a fossil, Miles. Showing your age, brother.
Thank you. I know, but it's funny. Like we're more modern in the modern setting, I guess, things like that.
I talk about Android.
Anyway, so I said a lot of actually like her trying to deal with the stress of dealing with deadlines, dealing with manga ideas. Why her assistant. She's pretty good manga herself, but she doesn't want to be a manga because she can't handle stress. There's a whole story beat.
She's stressed out too. That's fine. Everyone's stressed out in this one.
But because it actually is a very touching story. But she does like little drawings on Twitter or Chitter or some social media thing. But no, she never expected to be viral. It just got very viral for her, and so she got offered for when hey, why don't you just make your own series? No, leave her and make your own thing. But she freaks out and she can't handle it. No, it's a very touching moment. In terms of because for this show, for being mostly like hijinks and more silly things going on, really about like food topics and love. Come on, you got to work on your deadlines, and that was a very touching moment there. Because in terms, I was
she didn't betray her.
Yeah,
I guess I'm just kind of confused. Like, how is it touching? But I guess if they offered her a job and she said no, I guess that's nice of her.
Yeah, so that's a whole thing, and how they all met each other, by a friend. High school friend and things like that, and we go back and forth between explaining how why she became a manga to start with. Futami started being a mangaka and what was surprising going forward, and doing your first book, how many pages you put in a book, how much cover art, things like that. No, so it goes like a little more.
It goes into the industry
a little more than I thought it was going to. Be
Bakuman?
Honest, not that in depth because I was still
too much.
I still. Probably when
more than New Game.
Yeah, more.
Have you seen New Game?
Yeah.
Sourdough Shonen.
Yeah. But no, it was surprising because it's about also the MCU's Vol. Vol's, but they made everyone's favorite from last week. Last year, Aqua Trip.
Oh.
So there are a lot of colors popping around. There are a lot of
weird irises.
Yeah, it's like weird iris. Yeah, weird irises.
It was surprisingly entertaining. Check it out on the podcast.
But a lot of that feel they had is in the show.
All right, I'm a little bit more interested now.
I guess we got to the end of the season. She she hires another assistant because like they show the opening show exposes like oh
Another
look
girl.
here's they're all girls.
Guys don't exist in this universe.
Yeah, no. But the funny part is like they kind of spoil all the other characters you'll meet on the journey during the opening.
I mean that's every anime ever.
I know. I know. It's like I was like, oh, there she is right there.
There it is. Wait, they're the bad guy. What?
Yeah, no, they'll have all like unique things like like the last one. She's a college student, but she's a very good shogi player. So she needed help to come up with ideas for the tournament. So she gets her and she's a multi-talented shogi player. She could play up to 10 people at a time. Because I guess in Japan you could
a lot of shogi.
They have like a competition. They have like 10 people lined up, and one person literally will go make a move here, go to the next table, make a move there. But she's very good at it. Like I said, and it's wacky, silly, and a lot of silly, like trying to make deadlines, scrambling about like how deadlines are supposed to be, work ethic, society pressures, So it's a very typical, fun show, but it does have a little heartful moment. And that's the best way to put it. It has little heartful moments here and there of like, why did it become mangas, the industry, how like there was one moment where she got sick because she worked too hard, so she had a headache, like because some mangas they take breaks, things like that, right?
Till the Dota.
But it shows it wasn't afraid to show you visually how it looks because other people understand like people stress out, they get sick, and
it's not an easy gig.
And I said it was a whole it was another moment they had there like this it's rough. No, it's not for everybody, I guess, right? Because there's always like I too come on could too like,
right. Everyone aspires to be, but do you remember or you actually realize how much work and effort it takes to do that?
I was like a lot of depth in the show that I didn't expect going in because that was not like new game kind of like we're kind of lightly dabbling in it, but we're not going to
not really here. Yeah.
But like most of the shows I pick.
It's more than K-On, but not by much.
Yeah.
I love the different tiers.
Yeah, they're like the miles fixed and downstairs. Like, like that's straight cute. They're like, oh no, actually, just I'm serious. No feelings here. Yeah. So that's a business show. It's very colorful. It's well animated. It's where you saw like in the Aqua Trip. A lot of like popping colors that they're not afraid to animate certain things certain ways. And the weird color irises everyone has.
Well, there you go. I guess that's their look.
Yeah.
Frank, are you ready, sir, for your ultimate anime?
Yeah, ultimate.
The ultimate life form, the ultimate anime of fall 2025.
All right. So the third anime that I went with is called Sanda.
Oh, I saw the name.
It's on Prime. This one intrigued me because I'm like, oh, an anime about Santa Claus?
Oh, it's Santa Claus.
The trailer looks very violent, and not much like besides him wearing red, not much Santa Clausy stuff going on.
Oh, okay.
So I'm a little bit worried. I'm like,
what have I done?
Well, whatever. Let's just watch it at least, see what's going on. So basically, it doesn't start off by telling you much. There's this girl. Her name is I don't know her name, but she's tall and skinny, and she looks like a boy.
All right.
And basically, she lost her best friend. They declare her dead because she's been missing.
Oh, I see.
But she believes that she's alive. So she's been searching for her. And then somehow, which they haven't explained yet, they only ask, like, how does she know? Somehow she knows that this kid, whose name is Sanda, is a descendant of Santa Claus. And this world is, I believe it's like in the future, maybe distant future. Because they always talk about the past where, people used to believe in Christmas and people used to, the world, there used to be seasons. And now I guess climate is only one season all year long.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So, because when it gets cold, they're like, what is this?
Wait a minute.
She is alone with him and she tells him, I'm going to kill you. And he's like, oh, silly you. She must like me. And then she must not know, how to express her feelings. And then he's all excited about it. So he has this whole thing in his mind. And then she tells him, I think she tells him that you're Santa Claus. And then he's like, oh, you're crazy. Well, how come you never wear red? He's like, because I don't like red. And then so she tries to make him put on the jacket. And because the color of the school is red. And so he's like, no, it's dumb. he refuses. So he's like, all right, option 2, I'm gonna stab you. What? Yeah.
Makes sense.
So he's like, you're gonna wear red one way or another.
There you go.
So she ends up stabbing him, and he's like, oh, she wasn't kidding.
Uh-oh.
And then so I'm like, oh man, this is like one of those shows that is like, oh, killing and stabbing is cool. And so I'm like,
Your favorite.
So I'm a little concerned at this point. He doesn't do anything, and she's like, oh my god, no, you have to. Like, she's kind of starting to freak out because like, you can't die. Like, I needed your help. And so now I'm a little more into it because I'm like, okay, that's a normal reaction. She, thankfully, for her sake, he ends up transforming into Garp.
Took me a second to be like, what?
He literally looks like Garp.
Oh, that's funny.
And it's kind of, I do like they do have like Christmas sound effects. So as he's transforming, you kind of hear like jingles, and he ends up laughing like Santa Claus. Like, oh. So I thought that was kind of cool. Somehow he ends up making a big mess, and so they have to hide, and he does a bad job at hiding, and if people see him and they're like, oh my god, it's a pervert, because he's naked for some reason.
Oh, because anime.
Yeah, and then the way you transform back is that he eats this candy, and then he transforms back to a kid.
Oh.
This is the part that's weird, because when he transforms, it's like he kind of remembers that he's Santa Claus, like ancient memories, but at the same time he knows that he's not that person. So it's kind of weird, because it kind of like very subtly goes in and out of that.
It's not like Attack on Titan, like so again memories.
I was gonna say Assassin's Creed.
I haven't played Assassin's Creed, so point to Miles.
Damn it.
When he transformed, he ends up agreeing to help her out. Apparently he has very Santa Claus-y features where he wants to make the dreams of all the kids come true. And since technically she's still a kid, she's like, I have to help her. It's my duty as Santa Claus.
Oh, what a nice good fellow.
Then she tells him, there's a bomb. And
now it's jingle all the way.
I like the show's going like this.
This is a hell of a show, I'll tell you that.
There's a bomb, and it's going to go off in an hour. So he ends up transforming into Santa Claus. Grabs her by the neck and tells everybody, I'm going to kill her. So give me $10 million and get out of here. So everybody ends up running. It's like, it's the pervert from last time.
Nice.
So then she reveals that the bomb is on her.
Wow, that worked out.
And then he's like, you're crazy. We're just going to let everybody die? He's like, why are you worrying about things that never happened? And then he's like, they end up forgetting that the bomb's going to go off, and it kind of goes off.
Oh, no.
He saves her because he by shielding her, but nobody was there. But then this teacher who's 92 years old, but always does all this plastic surgery, and it's kind of obsessed with children.
Oh, yay.
He's kind of like, you can kind of see that he's the bad guy.
Voice by Dio.
So he ends up seeing Santa Claus, and then Santa Claus kind of fights him, but then runs away. And then there's a call. Oh, by the way, I found Santa Claus finally. So basically, now there's 3 of them, and they kind of become friends, and they're trying to figure out where that girl is. They find her, but she runs away for some reason, and she's kind of happy that she's alive, but doesn't know why she ran away. So that's kind of what happens in the first 3 episodes. Some more I skipped a lot because I'm seeing the timer. Some more information on it. It's weird because, one, for some reason they don't believe in Santa Claus no more. There's no seasons. Their population of kids is very low. There's probably like 100 kids in the whole Japan. So it's something like this. Basically, this school is like the last. So kids are like revered. Like, okay, everybody respects kids because they're rare.
Right, this is the last one.
And then so it's kind of like the reverse. Like, you're supposed to respect your, because there's the girl that keeps doing bombs and stabbing people. She's like, I'm a kid, so I can't get in. I can't get in trouble because as a kid you cannot get in trouble as long as you do it to adults. Yeah, it's kind of a weird world where kids are rare. Population is like. I guess it's a real thing in Japan. The population is dying.
Yes, that's a real problem they're actually having.
And the bad guys don't want Santa to reappear because it's gonna give hope, and they want to control things.
Sounds rather evil.
Yeah, it's a lot.
That too.
It because if you look at the trailer and the openings, which the opening looks all right, too bloody for me. If you look at it, it gave me a different expectations, but I'm kind of enjoying it more than I thought I would. It's not as violent as I thought it was, as it presents itself to be.
Okay.
So I feel like it's like, look, we're cool, and then it's like, nah, it's actually. I think it's because I think it's more about hope and helping kids and stuff.
The violence gets you in the door for those who are looking for that. Let's say.
Yeah.
All right.
Kamen Rider fans.
Alrighty. I guess we'll have to see once again what happens with that one. That sounds like you might win the most interesting show of the season, Frank. I think that might be safe to say.
Yeah,
I feel like on that one.
And then you come Santa Claus, and after that, then there's a bomb, and then like I'm reading like do you read like a Mad Libs right now?
And you know how Wolverine has claws?
Yes.
He has something like that, but it's like those ski sleds.
Oh.
Like he has that from his foot. It's like, why is this happening? This looks very deadly.
That's safe.
Yeah. So.
He's ready. He's ready to ski anytime. We do a lot of skiing in North Japan here. Alrighty then. I guess I'm going to have to put on my own ski boots and ski over to my last anime of the season. This is one on Crunchyroll, and the English title is May I Ask for One Final Thing?
Oh, I was also interested in that one.
So this one is it's almost feel like deja vu a little bit watching this first episode of the series because it's another European fantasy setting with a bunch of royals and nobles and this and that, and high society, and the fact high society kind of sucks. In this series,
It throw my sister's sex.
Part 2.
Yeah,
Reckoning.
It little deja vu. Was like, did I just see this show? But it's different because there's no charming dark hair prince, long hair, dark hair prince to save us all. But we do have as our main protagonist Scarlet, who is a noble, who is she is betrothed to the second prince of her kingdom, which sounds okay until you find out that guy is a complete ass.
That's right.
And he's constantly because I guess they were engaged like at a very young age. I don't know, like 8, 10, something like that.
Yeah.
And it's all been miserable since day one because she's always teasing her and like in a fun, like, oh, I just don't have no, just like I'm just an asshole of a spoiled brat and I can do whatever I want because I'm the prince of the kingdom and whatever I say is okay and daddy will love me and blah, 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 blah. And so she's basically been putting up with this guy for roughly, let's say, a decade because the series really takes off in high school years because anime, it's always in high school.
Yeah.
And she's pretty much just kind of figure out a way to like tolerate him, just put up with them, and just kind of to like goes like very stone face and just kind of shrugs it off. But you hear her inner monologue being like, "Fuck this guy, this fucking guy. I just want to punch this guy in the fucking face." And that's the thing is also the thing about her in her early age is she tends to just violently punch her way out of her situations.
Well, I mean, there you go.
Which is very frowned upon in this European-like setting. Because ladies are not supposed to punch everyone around them. And thanks to her ability, she has the power to manipulate time, because in this world, they quickly talk about the fact that there's a bunch of gods in this universe, and when a person is born, certain gods bless children, and if they're really blessed, they have access to, like, the god's abilities. In her case, she's a JoJo because she can manipulate time, and so she can punch really hard and really fast.
Time moves forward once again.
Indeed. Boy, my JoJo references are coming
I was not
strong.
expecting powers in this.
Yes, it's there, but it's not really emphasized. But I guess it's a way to explain how she's just OP. Because she definitely is OP. So anyway, we cut back to that first episode, and the real situation she finds herself is that her fiance is now dumping her for a new random ditz of a girl. And he does this in a very embarrassing way from all the high nobles, being like, "I'm leaving your dumb cold ass for this lady." And then that's where the one line comes in from the teacher. "Might I ask you one thing?" And he's like, "No," but she's like, "Oh, come on, honey, it's her final shot. Look, give this loser one more shot. All right, what do you want? Can I punch you across the face?" What? Instantly punches her across the face. And then proceeds to punch everyone in the fucking ballroom in the face. And so, yes.
Is it when there's same animation quality we said earlier?
not as good as the last show, but it does the job where they do the close-up shot of everyone's faces being all crunched and manipulated. Teeth are flying here and there. It's not too bloody. She's just one punching man, but, there's impact in her punches, let's say. And so basically, like she said, she punches every high noble there is in this land. And it turns out, normally this would be a bad thing to do, but it kind of works out because it turns out the inner circle of the second prince is all like the worst scumbags in the kingdom, because apparently their big way they make the riches in this kingdom is they're all like slave traders.
Yeah.
And so she basically kind of like stumbles upon a whole mafia gang of sorts, enters in the first prince. Oh yeah, I'm investigating these people and their underground crimes, and so thanks to you, it's all working out, and would you like to maybe work for me? Because, by the way, your brother is already working for me. And the poor brother, he's like, he's just like petrified every time. Like, he's constantly like putting down Tums in his stomach because like, oh, sister, oh, did you punch him again? Oh, you said you weren't going to punch him anymore. This and that. So he knows her true nature, let's say. And so, yes, basically she kind of becomes a detective cop of sorts and goes around the kingdom to try to figure out who is in charge of this evil organization that's undermining the kingdom and allowing slavery to happen when it's outlawed in the kingdom.
Dempsey rolling them over the place.
Yes, and so she is punching her way to justice as the series progresses. On the journey there, she meets yet another, sounds like the show, other characters. In particular, the main person she befriends is there are different races in this fantasy land, surprise, surprise. And in particular, it's like they call him beast something, right? And basically, he's like a werewolf where you could transform into a human, but then also a more beastly form. And, that's where a lot of the slavery comes in. Like, oh, they're not human beings. And, they fetch a high price and that. So, like, and so, yeah, that's the main premise of the show is she's kind of a unofficial spy government police cop in the kingdom, punching her way to victory, figuring out who's the real mastermind. The prince is also the potential love romance there. It's kind of bizarre because he's not like, and he says this out loud, so it makes it weirder and interesting maybe. Is like, I'm not traditionally romantically interested in you, but also I find you fascinating because from his point of view, anything that's boring, the worst thing of all time, like I don't want to be bored to death, and I feel like I'm being bored to death being, the firstborn and everyone having high expectations. I find the world so boring because everything's handed to me on a silver platter, right? And she's like going against the norm constantly.
So he's like a Kyon. He wants excitement. He wants
a little bit, something like that. Because I guess he's been quietly watching her in the background and kind of knows like, oh, deep down she really hates my brother and he's a terrible person, this and that. But he always, once in a while he sees something like, oh, you're the prettiest person here. But then like he'll always like do some weird side jab. But having said that, for a woman that likes to punch really hard, something weird, like because every time she's like, "Oh, maybe this guy's nice," and then he'll say something. It's like, "Oh, fuck, this guy's an asshole." So it's an interesting romance, maybe blossoming there.
He's not sure, I guess, 100% either.
Everyone's not too sure how they feel about each other, and everyone's a little bit hiding their poker faces, let's say, both for political gain, maybe, if not just for not comfortable being yourself around strangers just yet. And yeah, that is the main premise of Little Romance, but mostly detective work on fighting her way against all these other people. Funny enough, that's the Frank said Wolverine. There is a Wolverine joke character that she one punches him out of there too. So I just thought it was funny and made me think of that. The animation overall moves well enough for a somewhat action series, but it's very light in that regard. It's not like intense, like oh no. Because she's more one punching man her way throughout this kingdom. It's not like, oh no, here comes a tough fighter. What am I going to do in this situation? No, it's just boom, 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 boom. Because once again, she can manipulate time and she goes really fast and punches really strong. I like the idea, I guess. I didn't mind it. It's simple enough of a premise. It's just the downside is like, boy, this early on, it sounds setting wise, it's too similar to the last anime I gave the Golden Pass to last season. So I'm a little hesitant to maybe do that.
She punches people and she beats them in less.
But I do like a girl that could kick my ass, so that's high. That's good marks there.
And then she could dodge and this and that. And it's like, come on, bro.
But I guess I'm curious because we don't, like I said, there's no talk about, and I'm sure we're going to get there because why would you bother setting up unless you're going to do something with it? But like, we haven't met anyone with other godlike powers or any real threat to her strength in this series. The only thing she's only ever gets weakened by is herself because she used too much of the slowing down time punching everyone in the ballroom. So she kind of passed out technically. Like I said, it's kind of interesting. Some of the comedies, a hit and miss. Like I said, sometimes the on and off relationship, the poor brother who's just like constantly like, oh no, sis, don't do it again. But yeah, so we'll see what happens. The one thing that I don't know this for a fact, but the ending sure fucking spoils what seems to be going to be the twist in the later part of the season.
I hate when it happens.
And it's not even like a little hint. It's like, because like they focus on someone you did not expect to focus on the whole ending.
Is that good? Well, it just be like you should get the people from Attack on Titan like that way. They go, oh,
yes, it's not. No, it's not that Attack on Titan ending. No. That's a great ending, by the way. But yeah, so we'll have to see. It does some good, some bad. Just might be bad timing, but we'll have to see if it makes the final thumbs up and pass for the season. Well, speaking of which, gentlemen, we're finally here. We're finally here to rank our shows of the season preview-wise. And once again, the one who gets number one spot will get a full review later on, or I guess probably technically early next year if the calendar should stand the way I think it does in my head.
It stands.
It will stand. But who will not stand next to Miles for his third pick of the season? His least favorite show, brother. Why don't you get us started off? What show will not be getting a pass this time around?
Tojima wants to be a Kamen Rider.
Not a Kamen Rider. So you hate? Why do you hate Kamen Rider so much, Miles?
I wish there was more Kamen Rider than fan service, and leave it at that.
Maybe there is fan service in Kamen Rider.
I said they're flying. They're unnecessarily flying over the place for no reason whatsoever.
Frank, what is your least favorite show of the season?
I'm gonna have to go with Gintama.
Why do you hate Gintama so much, Frank?
They talk too fast.
Too fast. Too fierce.
I'd rather watch a show with an actual story, and the other two have something going on for them. And then I think this is more of I'm gonna like it.
A Frank exclusive.
Yeah, so it's just like I'll watch it on my own. I don't need to torture you guys through that.
One day, I still have an interest watching Gintama. I mean, I tried to watch it, but this was like a long time ago. But I should give it another shot because I probably would appreciate it more now.
It has better, more shonens are these days. There's
not a dub for that, is there? For the original Gintama?
I'm not sure.
Oh, because I've only seen it in Japanese, so now I'm kind of curious.
I don't think there is.
I think it would be weird if they dubbed it.
Yeah, I also do think it's one of the few shows that it would be hard to do. Something to think about. And while I'm thinking about that, why don't I think about my third pick of the season, my least favorite show, the trash of the season for me. Because I'm going to kick down the assassin from another kingdom that exceeds the hero or something of the sort. It's perfectly fine, I guess, but this is not my bread and butter.
Not the 90s junkie you are?
That's the thing. It's like visually, if you took screens of the show, like 10 out of 10 for me. You watch it animated, ooh, not as good as I hope it would be.
So good at screenshots. Just take screenshots.
If the animation was a little bit better, or if it just wasn't so cliche, or the inconsistency of, I don't trust this king, but I trust you, stranger. Why would you trust him, but not him? What? Because he's a pretty boy? It's just like SAO minus the video game part, potentially. So, tough sell. So it will not begin a pass for me. Which now we're gonna jump into what will begin the golden pass, because now we're gonna announce our favorite show of the season and get the golden ticket and get a full review later on. So Miles, why don't you get us started? What is taking home the bacon?
Among
No.
Weirdly wonderful workplace.
Cute girls doing cute things.
I like the premise of Mikhail Marie, but there's just not enough. There's not enough jokes for me to choose it. You know, it's like. Cause like it's a giant rain bit. You want is he gonna find out? Not today.
It'll get there. Come on.
Not today.
50 episodes in, and man, it starts taking off.
I have to. I'll keep watching it, but you know, it's like I don't know.
Another Mouse exclusive.
You know, it's just I just don't know. Like you know, is it worth it at the end of the day? Because I feel like there needs to be more funny moments than just. Nothing. I don't know. It's like,
doesn't have Hayate's right there.
More than nothing.
More than anything. I'll take something.
Yeah, and that's why the other one passed, I guess.
All right, well, there you go. First and second place. And second's not good enough for here. So in the trash it goes. So, Frank, who are you throwing in the bin and who's taking home the win?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, no. Here we go again. Poor Frank stressing out again.
Okay, maybe I'm gonna regret this, but because I kind of feel like
who's the water magician this season?
Who's the water magician?
the water magician this season is Digimon.
How could you? A classic.
I'll watch it still. 'Cause it's just I'm thinking a lot about Santa Claus, and then
So am I.
and then
Try to get brownie points, Frank.
and then two. I hope it doesn't change, but something I didn't mention is that the fighting. I hope it stays kind of like not superpower ishy, and so far the villains haven't been like, oh, they have like special powers. It's just been normal people.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of like in the mood for something like that. Hopefully it doesn't get crazy later on.
He's gonna fight the Easter Bunny or something.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah, I think somebody's gonna fight other holidays. I mean, like, other holidays gonna come out, and they're gonna fight Uncle Sam, the Easter Bunny. You know, the
Tooth Fairy?
Columbus.
Isn't this just a Santa Claus movie premise? I'm pretty sure. Is Tim Allen here?
You know what? It reminds me a lot of the Tim Allen movie.
Oh, there you go.
Because he does get stronger as people believe in him more.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So I guess I'm just a little more curious about what's gonna happen in the story, and was a little pleasantly surprised that it wasn't as violent as I was led to believe by the trailers.
I was surprised the way you were describing. Like, oh, okay, didn't see that coming.
So
I guess we'll all get to see.
I want to see more of Garp.
You want to see more of Santa Garp?
I am a little concerned because this one does.
He's an admiral now.
The line is very like they might cross the line, and I'm a little concerned about that.
I mean,
I'm worried about.
We're gonna all find out together now, Frank.
Frank, it's called backpedaling. It's like, oh, no one likes
it's
that.
too late, Frank. You said it. It's sticking in, and we're gonna watch it.
Yeah. Sorry, the toothpaste is out of the tube now.
Can't put it back in. Speaking about what I can't put back in, I can't hold back anymore. Is my excitement about my show of the season. So up to bat, basically the two shows I got left is an android mystery sci-fi thing and another fantasy mystery thing punching our way with over-the-top female protagonists.
Part 3 or was it?
Oh yes, it sure seems like it. I guess I also have a type.
Go for the turkey. Go for the turkey. Come on, let's go.
And what will be passing and begin the full review later on in Otaku history is the one and only a little high dive special about Dusk Beyond the End of the World.
Boo.
You didn't want that one?
And the biggest reason why is, as I kind of hinted in my preview, is it's been a minute that I literally was super
The lightsaber fight?
Yeah. Absolutely murdered those fools. Absolutely slaughtered them. And it was not, it did not hold back.
Like Wobble Combo, just
pieces. In pieces. And so another thing I do enjoy a little bit when it comes to anime, and I feel like I haven't seen one of these in a minute. So for once, without getting too deep into it, it did give me vibes of like Nier Automata, or how you're supposed to pronounce that game, because androids and doing silly, cool anime over-the-top action things. And also there's like a whole secret history that goes there and who's the villain, right? So I definitely got vibes of that game, and I really like that game, both in gameplay and story. And the other thing, just in general, it's basically, I like, it's like a lost genre now, but I always call it just girls with guns anime.
Oh, there it is.
And that's basically what we're getting, because we're going to have our real android warriors fight each other to the death, question mark, or whatever you consider. Maybe think of Gunslinger Girl 2, also in that regards. That's a good show if you haven't seen season 1 of that one. You can skip season 2. So yeah, definitely give me advice about that, and I haven't seen that in a minute. And I'm just kind of curious of what the mystery is, and is she still alive, and what's going on. And plus I'm thinking, like, is this going to do some like Futurama feels here and there, right? For who are seen Futurama, right?
Oh, I know where you're
There's a couple feels that show up in that show here and there.
Hanako's around here. Oh boy.
Indeed. So we'll see what happens there. I was just too curious, and so I want to know. But like I said, was it one last wish? It's
One Punch Lady.
Yes. If it wasn't for the last season, it might have had a chance. And also the character design made me think of, surprisingly in a weird way, they have Case Close Eyes.
Oh, okay. It's a very kind of old schoolish kind of.
Yeah, they've got a little old school vibe to them and the character design, so also maybe a little bias on that.
90s perhaps?
Maybe? A little 90s charm to it. But yeah, I'm curious to see what's going to happen there, and I guess we'll all find out together what is going on in this android apocalypse.
I do how like yours is like gruesome action fighting and here's Miles' face.
We're covering all the bases here on the podcast. That's what we do. We bring a little something different to the table.
It's always funny. It's like bringing a hard like Santa Claus in battle, and like usually I don't know what's going on, and then here's an arrow mouse.
Cute girls doing cute things.
Who's that Pokemon?
Oh man, commercial miles. I think the podcast is slowly coming to an end this week.
Well, don't worry. You have FOMO of missing this podcast. There's always our social media posts you can follow in between.
FOMOFU?
Not FOMOFU. It's the fear of missing out.
Oh. So like people could follow the podcast even between episodes?
Yeah, through Blue Sky, Instagram, and even YouTube Shorts.
Wow, one click away.
We're one click away from the podcast. So let's go back to it.
It's Pikachu!
So yes, that about does it for this episode of the podcast. There are our 3 champions of the season. So look forward to our full spoiler talk later on. We'll see if Frank picked the water magician or not this season, perhaps. So he'll definitely be on the edge of his seat as we get to the holiday season.
So I'll find episode 6, and that's what Frank. Oh, I can't turn back now. Oh no.
What is that? The Arrested Development guy? I made a big mistake.
I made a huge mistake.
Another huge mistake.
Boom, boom, boom. There you go. Where's my old sound? One day I'll bring back the soundboard. So yes, that is what we got. We're gonna have more content coming your way. We're a bi-weekly podcast, as I mentioned in our intro. I haven't decided exactly what we're going to tackle, but, there's new animes out there. Might check that. Got some sequel seasons happening. Might even go back to previous seasons. And there might be an anime movie or 2 in theaters going on. So you're just going to have to like and subscribe today over on takuotaku.com or the various places you can listen to your favorite podcasts. So that is it for our preview of next episode. But before we close out officially, I have to thank my fellow co-hosts for hanging out with me, doing their homework, putting in the time, the effort, trying to find the best shows for us to cover and to share our audience with. So, brother, thank you for picking your
it's the mouse
cute
pick,
girls doing cute things.
The mouse pick of the season again.
For the season again. The tough choices you make on this podcast, brother.
Most people won't dare to choose the picks.
The same show every season. And then
I have a good high.
He's a maverick.
I have a high win rate. Does everyone remember?
And the ironic thing is also probably the lowest rate overall too.
Hey, if it's a 50-50, it's like a gotcha game.
Feast or famine, Miles, indeed. But the safer choice is Frank. So Frank, thank you, of course, in bringing us the holiday cheer this season. It sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have to see what happens there. But of course, the biggest thank you goes to you guys, our listeners. For
I thought you were gonna say to me.
To me, I mean, really, at the end, really, the thanks goes to Editor Ray. Editor Ray, he puts in the effort. He makes sure that all the slander gets deleted. All the
slander.
All the crimes get erased, so there's no evidence of it.
Yeah.
He hacks into the Matrix to make it happen. But of course, the real big thanks goes to you guys, our listeners, for hanging out, checking us out. And hitting that like and subscribe buttons. Appreciate it very much, helping out a little podcast out there. And with that, we hope you guys have a good one, and we're here for you next time. Until then, bye-bye.